start to finish, fueling discipline, focus, and the right mindset. It's a new year. We are getting into 2024. Everyone is holding their pen, they've got their paper. You're in a quiet moment, you're scribbling those goals, those resolutions, putting them down on paper. But the question, does goal setting work? Most times we don't understand our own goals. So the question is it too big, unrealistic, unplanned? Do we understand what it is going to take for us to accomplish it? We try to swallow the whole thing, and it sits on our throat, and it starts to choke us. It's a big goal, and we try to swallow, to shove it all at once. It starts choking us. And if we don't rethink and re-strategize, it will be our demise. And we'll abandon ship before we even started. I'll ask a question. In the past, how many times have you set goals and never follow up on them or break them down into bit-sized chunks? Lacking the discipline, habits, and commitments. I'm guilty as charged. Year in, year out, I've written resolutions, I've written down the goals. I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that. Come close of the year, I'm still at the same place, not having achieved my goals, and I'm getting frustrated. But there's something about the new year. There's something that gives you hope, that gives you that, this is my year, I'm going to get it done, I'm going to accomplish it, and we again find ourselves either rewriting the same goal or changing it a little bit into something different. But does that work? Because I'm guilty of doing that. And when I look at it, I'm not achieving the result. I'm getting frustrated. And I crash and burn. So I'm looking at this. Is it too big, unrealistic, unplanned? Do we understand what it's going to take? Goal setting is not going to work if it becomes one of those lists you make without thorough thinking, just because it's a new year. Think through everything that you're going to write. Understand what it is going to take for you to accomplish that goal. If you don't have the discipline and routine to back it up, do you have the daily disciplines? Do you have a habit structure that will help you achieve your goals? If you don't have the strong why you are doing it, if your why is not strong enough, if you don't understand your purpose, if you don't commit to understand who you are and what you're capable of doing, then you will not see it through to the end. It will be another year wasted away. Come end of year, crash and burn. If you create a big list and don't commit or focus to one of the promises fully, giving it all your attention. So when we write the A to Z goals, we're talking of spiritual, physical, mental, financial. But what is it? The one goal that you're going to focus on that is going to make a great difference in achieving the rest of them. Because where there's no focus, you're all over the place. You've already shot yourself on the foot before you even started. If you make unrealistic promise to yourself, if you don't have accountability, what you have, is it realistic in the timeline that you have highlighted that you can accomplish it? You want a Lamborghini in 1 year when it's going to take you maybe 10 years or more to be in a position to buy a Lamborghini. There's nothing wrong with having a big goal, but it has to be big enough and realistic enough for you to be able to achieve it. Accountability is going to be very important. Who are you accounting to? Do you have a mentor? Family members? But remember, you need to account to someone who is not mediocre, who is as serious as you in achieving their goal in 2024 or any other period in your life. That will make all the difference. So I'll leave you with this analogy. You get home from work, you're hungry. You sit on the dinner table, or you go to a restaurant for dinner with your wife or your loved ones. The waiter come, you place your order, this nice appetizing food. The food comes, they bring you the fork and knife and all the items that you need. You're at home, a dish of water to wash your hands, a bowl of sadza, some appetizing vegetables, and maguru, meat. What you do is you wash your hands first, right? To start eating. You don't eat without washing hands. You pick up your fork and knife at that restaurant. You don't pick everything all at once. You're hungry, yes, but you don't pick everything all at once and shove it in your mouth. Number one, you can get choked. It's not feasible for you to just have everything and you shove it in your mouth. But you go with bite size, fork and knife. Enjoy the food, but at the same time, you're dealing with your hunger. By the time you finish the food in your plate, your stomach is full. You drink some water and you relax. With having a big goal, if it's not broken down into size bites, something that you can achieve, that goal will be difficult to accomplish. You want to lose weight. You want to lose 20 kgs in the next 4 months. We can get excited about, oh, this is what I'm going to do. You've seen a video. You've seen someone who have lost their weight. I know I'm going to do this. I'll get it done. But it's not about that big goal. Have it in mind and in sight, but break it down into daily achievables. How many times are you going to do your exercises? What is the expected weight loss on a daily basis? And when you begin to count and calculate that, and you achieve your first target, you're well on your way to losing that weight. So let's learn to break it down. You have a business. You have got this big goal. Okay, last year, we almost did this and that. We want this big vision. We want to achieve this. But what is it going to take you to achieve that? Break it down into bite size. Then discover what it is, the price that you have to pay to achieve that. Because everything comes at a price tag. You want to lose weight, you want to join gym, you need gym membership. You may use cycling, you need a bike. Everything costs you something in order to achieve your result. So when we set this big goal and we have not calculated what it is going to cost us, at some point we might end up abandoning it. That's why it's important to clearly understand, okay, this is what I want. How do I get there? Understand that journey, understand that process. Then you prepare and ready yourself for it to achieve that vision and that goal. Goal setting should be smart, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and with a timeline. Make it as specific as possible. When you close your eyes, you must feel it, you must touch it in your hands. You must see it as you see color red. That's how clear the goal must be. But when you just write it down and say, oh, this is my goal for 2024, and you don't get to reread it, internalize it, really make it yours. That's why I say sometimes we don't know our goals because we just write it down and in a week it's that fading away. But when you make sure week in, week out, you commit for the next 3 months just to reread, internalize it, understand it, making it your goal. Like when it's on its side, everything you're going to do will mean you know exactly what you're up against, what you want to achieve. So it's important to know our goals. Can you make it measurable? Can you measure it? We wait to measure it on every quarter. Sometimes you need to measure it every single month. Okay, I've broken down my goal. I'm supposed to do X amount of exercise. I'm supposed to do X amount of calls every single day. When 30 days come, how many calls have you done? And how many days have you utilized in those 30 days? Is it sufficient? Is it enough to make you reach that goal that you have set? Because if we wait long enough to review, it falls through the cracks. By the time the year is over, crash and burn. Let it be clear. Let it be measurable. Is it attainable? What is the timeline that you have given yourself to achieve that goal? Is that timeline realistic? Because when you then take that assessment, you can then decide, okay, I may just need to add a few more days or whatever it is. It's okay as long as you're working towards achieving your goal. Bit size, break it into bit size. Start doing something right now. Don't write something down and say, I'll start doing it tomorrow or I'll start doing next week. The moment you start procrastinating, you will lose sight of that goal. When you set a resolution, start doing it right this moment, right now. That will make all the difference for you. Myself, I've come to a place where I've written so many goals over the years. I've heard to buy notebooks, journals, and you scribble goals. Then it come to a point whereby you're not achieving them. I've realized all I need is to have, okay, I've got a list of things that I want, but there's that one goal. If I achieve that, it's going to make a great difference in my entire life. Not just my life, I'm talking about my family, my kids, my extended family. Everyone is going to be transformed. It will be easier for me again to do other things because I've achieved this one great goal. So out of the entire list, for me, the goal is financial independence. Because if I have money, I can help my family. I can start a new business very easily because everything requires money. Maybe for you, it's just to be a great person. Sometimes it's all about focusing on becoming a best version of yourself, being able to relate with people better and everything. And you know it will make a great difference when you achieve that one goal. And there's a level of fulfillment, there's a level of accomplishment, and you take on the next task. And you take on the next task. Sometimes we become impatient. We want it now. We want it all now, but it will never come all at once. It's about compounding. Do something. Do something. Focus on it. Become the best at it. And when you have accomplished that, you do the next and the next. And when your skills and your capability increases, now you can take 2 goals and run with them. But the most important thing is to start doing something, having the discipline to get it done, tracking it to make sure you're achieving the result. So I was just looking at, as the year begins, people are looking at certain goals that they want to achieve. And as I was doing my research, and looking at myself in the past, the things that I've wanted to achieve, I want to exercise more, losing weight, learning new skills, save money, earn more money, spend time with family, travel, read more, buy a car. Those are the things. For me, I think I've written, the majority of the time I've written these goals and these resolutions. And I've noticed, because I want to do everything, I fail to achieve. But one thing that I've realized is goals have to evolve into a routine, into a habit, something that you're going to do on a daily basis. Instead of wanting to read certain books within a certain period, become a reader. Make it your long life commitment to read. Instead of focusing on losing 20 kgs, focus on becoming someone who wants to be healthy at all times. So it means then, because if you then maintain that, yes, you've achieved that goal and you're happy, what then happens afterwards? The whole idea is to become someone who is consistent at something. That there will be the game changer. Become someone who is a learner, just learning new skills, new ideas, new ways of doing things. If you give yourself a long life commitment to do those things, they become your habits. Because when I wake up in the morning, I'm targeting, okay, I have to wake up early. That's number one. Between 4 and 5, I have to meditate for the next 10 minutes. I have to pray, go for my exercise, read my Bible, read a book. There are things that becomes that, those things that you do on a daily basis. Not necessarily making them that one key goal, but trying to build those habits that will allow you to be on top of your game. Personal development. You don't need to, I need to develop myself now, but it has to be a continuous process that you're continually work on. So, after all this, does goal setting work? How have you been doing it in the past? Is the way you've done it worked for you? Please do share. It's important. My vision and drive is to build a community where we are going to share information and exchange for the betterment of each other. We all have visions, we all have dreams, we have started, we have stopped, but at this point we have to start and see things through to the finish line. Please do share and comment.